Hi, GV. See if I'll just sit this way and then it'll look square, right? I think I got that camera a little goofed up. I am sitting here with a fairly new guitar, not brand new, but fairly new. First, let's point something out here. This is a Jazz Hands t-shirt from Positive Autism, from Autism Rocks, from Micah and Danny, that I won on the Metalhead Hippie show. So that's pretty cool. And I really like, it's a nice, boy, these are nice, these are decent, heavy, decent shirts. And behind them, of course, is the Flip Side t-shirts, a couple of them. I'm missing one somewhere in there. And I don't even know what I'm wearing today. I can't tell from here. But anyway, that's a great shirt that I won off on Metalhead Hippie show on his Sunday night show or his Tuesday night show, which are at 7 p.m. West Coast time here in the States, and his Friday show I think is at 1 p.m. West Coast time here in the States. I am playing a Gretsch NewYorker, and they're a real inexpensive jazz box, and they're actually pretty cool. There's things about this that I really dig, and things that I'm not so much digging. One of the things here is interesting is the pickup, and you can see it's a Rhythm Chief pickup. These were developed and came out for the first time in 1948, and made by DeArmond. This one doesn't say it's made by DeArmond, it just says a vintage single coil pickup, but it looks identical to the DeArmond official Rhythm Chief pickup that I have on my Guild Savoy. And this one is set up better. On the Guild it plays great, it sounds really good, but I have to EQ it. I have to do a lot of EQing to make it work. And I'll just give you a close-up look of that. So you can see that's what a Rhythm Chief pickup looks like. They had some, I don't know if this is one of them, they had some that they called a monkey on a stick. So I never knew if that was actually this pickup or if that was a slightly different pickup. Floating pickups where they screw into the top of the neck a couple little bolts here so it stays there. This one is anchored really, really well, and it's got a spacer underneath it, so it's height-wise is perfect. I'm still working on the guitar. Let me get a little volume here. It's got a little bit of a buzz in those higher strings, and I've raised that bridge up a couple of times. Well, that's interesting. Plugged in, I'm going through the E-band into the Behringer Euro Live, is that what it's called? I think a little mini PA box, powered speaker system, and I can hear that high E doesn't sound. These are really hard videos to do because I'm just using a mic on my camera, and because it's such a big hollow body, you're probably hearing as much sound coming from the guitar as you are from the amp, and so that's always it's a problem. It's hard to get. Hard to get that. So let's go over some stats. The one thing I don't like about it, the problem I have with it, is it's a 1.7. I don't have the data here, do I? I do not. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. So what was I saying? I was saying the neck is a little wider than most necks I have. It's a 1.75 width at the nut, and you know, like most of the guitars I have are like 1.68. It doesn't seem like that's much different. But this neck just feels huge to me, even though I don't think it's any thicker from front to back. So it's not like it's a huge difference in there. So we have a hollow body, New Yorker arch top. Its body material is laminated maple everywhere. And the top is arched solid spruce. It's a solid top, really? That I did not know. I didn't remember reading that. They call it a semi-gloss. It's really not. It's kind of a satin. I don't want to call it a matte like the Gretsch Rat Rod or something like that. It's kind of like the Godet, is that it's a kind of a satin feel to it, or look to it. But the one thing I like better than the Godet is that it's a pretty solid top. And on the Godet, remember, they intentionally put on a very thin top because they think it affects the sound and makes it for a better sound. And I'm not sure that it does, but it is really, I can press that little F, that little piece that sticks out on the F hole. I can just push that and it bends down real easy. And but it plays better. I think with that P90 in there, sounds better. It's probably not the best sounding. Anyway, so let's get on through it here. It's vintage sunburst. Well, it's sunburst. The neck material is mahogany. Neck shape is vintage V. Really? Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's got a little kind of a rise in the middle of the neck right there, so it's just slightly V-shaped. I like it. It feels good. I just don't like that 1.75 width at the nut down here. It's a 25-inch scale. It says the radius is 9.45, and I would never have guessed that. I would have guessed it was like, with that extra width, it feels like it's a 14-inch radius or something like that. It just feels much flatter to me. It's got a 100% synthetic bone nut. Number of frets is 19, 14 of them up to the body. And the hardware is an ebony bridge. Grover stay tight tuners. There's the open tuners, just like most of these have the open tuners. I don't have much light going on here, do I? But it's kind of an open back tuner. They're easy to clean if they get gunked up at all. And it just says a vintage style single coil with one control, and that's the volume control. I almost got a little reverb or something going on in there. Anyway, so that's it, and I don't know what else to tell you about it. It feels like it's pretty well made. I'm just not fond of that extra neck width. I would take my Washburn no cutaway is still my favorite, I think, amongst my, not counting the Guild thin line no cutaway one, the T50. That's an animal. That thing's great. Anyway, so, and the other thing they do here that I never care for, because this is being made to the original specs of a 1940s New Yorker that Gretsch made, so that's why I'm guessing the neck width is the original specs. It's got a single strap button back here and nothing up here, so you're either going to have to drill something somewhere, or you're going to have to, if you want to use a strap, use some shoelaces and go through the top of the neck, and I don't like doing that either. So I don't know. So what is the width on this body anyway? Do we know? We do not know, and I don't have my measuring tape. I want to say it was 2 3/4 inches on the deeper end. I do not have my tape measure. I want to say it was 2 3/4, but I may be off on that. And I don't see that it says. Well, it comes with 12 to 52 strings, and they're said to be D'Angelico half wounds or half flats, and they feel like just regular flats to me. And if these are their half flats, I want to put these on everything. I'm surprised at the 52 because it's still got a little twang acoustically. Anyway, it's still got a little bit of twang in that low E, even if it's a 52. They're great strings, whatever they are. And if they're the half flats, man, I'm gonna order some more of those just to test them out. I tried some half wounds on the Washburn HB15C and didn't like them at all. They were too much like round wounds, and you lost some tone, and you still didn't have the twang, and it still was pretty, you know, you could do that scratchy thing with it. So anyway, acoustically it's one of the best sounding ones I have. I have to do a little setup on that bridge and raise it up a little bit, maybe a little bit more. It's got a little buzz here and there. Well, I raised that bridge and it seems to have gotten rid of it. So anyway, that's it. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer them. I don't know if I can or not. I don't know much about the history. I know these were originally made in the 1940s. I know the pickup came out in 48, the original Rhythm Chief pickup. And yeah, so if you got any other questions, I will try to answer them. And I just love no cutaway guitars, as you know. So let's take you out of here and play a little music.